Okay, so I'm going to talk about CBS KL's hospital here, but this is the picture there. But what we're going to talk about today is how to prevent sudden death. Alright, and how to prevent dying suddenly. Alright, this is the big fear everybody has. Zhongfeng, Xinjiang and cancer, right? These are the three biggest killers. Alright, I didn't want to translate any of that.
今天我们有Dr. Suren 到我们的当中。Dr. Suren 是来自KL Central， 这个医院是 CBS 我们的心脏中心位于 KL Central。今天呢，Dr. Suren 会为我们就是说告诉我们一些讯息，怎么样来预防猝死，就是突然间死亡。我们所看到很多新闻，就说一些人会突然间倒地中风，然后就去世了。那医生会为我们讲解这一方面的讯息，谢谢。
Okay, how many of you know this guy? Okay, Gan Teck Chai was a famous Malaysian doubles badminton player. Yeah. And he died at the age of 40 as a very fit sportsman. Okay? 40 years old, sudden death, the whole of Malaysia was shocked and upset. How can? He's so young, he's so fit, played badminton. Okay, this guy, another Malaysian film star, Ashraf Sinclair, his wife is the famous model, Bona Lestari. He also very fit, CrossFit trainer, exercises a lot, died exercising. 40-year-old, very health conscious man. How? I think that's quite.
刚才我们看到的那两位，就是一位是我家球员，他的身体状况都是很 fit 的。那他也是就是突然在去世了，那整个国家都很震惊。第二位呢是马来西亚的一位著名的马来演员，也是在很年轻40多岁的时候，突然间就在运动的当中就去世了。
Okay, so who gets heart attack? Which kind of people? Unfortunately, it is us guys. 82% men. Highest incidence is among men. But it's not only for the Lauren, young people also get Xinjiang pain. Age, this group here, 40 to 50, 20% of people with Xinjiang pain are age 40 to 50, young. And of course, the majority is 50 to 60. I'm already in the Lao group here, okay? But 28% risk of heart attack, okay? So, it is a disease that hits not only old people.
刚才那个图呢，我们看到大多数的心脏病案例当中，男性是占了大多数。那心脏病不只是发生在年轻人老年人其实年轻已经很年轻化，大概40到50岁也是会有很高的发生率。
Okay, so heart disease is the #1 killer in Malaysia. For a long time, about 2011, 2011, about 28% of people died from Xinjiang pain. Ika only 16%. So there's been a huge improvement in Xinjiang pain death and heart attack. So everybody you see talks of, wow, nowadays a lot of people dying of heart attack. It's not true. Social media lies, okay? Much less Xinjiang pain, much less sudden death. And it's because of lifestyle changes and people are so young. Young is the big changer. Everybody's got to take drugs, but the drug is the main reason why there's Xinjiang pain. Now, Xinjiang pain, 16% of people. And Sangwan as pneumonia. Pneumonia and Xinjiang pain, same number of deaths. Okay, last time Xinjiang pain was #1. Now, two are equal, joint equal. Alright? What is it?
根据这个图表，其实2011年心脏病的发生率是28%，现在2023年呢只有16%，它依然是最大的一个杀手。那它现在呢只是跟那个白血病，就是都是占了16%。你可以清楚的看到，因为药物跟健康 的生活方式，所以心脏病的并发率已经开始在降低跟改进。
Okay, the other thing is everybody talks about vaccine causing heart attack, vaccine. Another social media devil satanic lie. Okay, audio, not true. Okay, I think that's it.
对，那医生也说，其实现在很多社交媒体 social media 都在说，很多心脏病的发生都是因为我们打了那个 COVID。其实医生说这是不真实的传闻，都是一些在 social media 传来传去的假消息。
During COVID, we saw so few heart attacks. Okay, so it is actually completely wrong. The vaccine has saved many lives and does not cause any major problems. Okay, 70% of Malaysians have the non-communicable disease. That means I cannot give you the disease. Not like COVID or like Songpong and all these things are, right? This is not spreadable. And these non-communicable diseases are high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and alright? So these are 70% of people have something like this.
其实78%的马来西亚人，大多数都有这3种我们叫非传染的疾病，就是不会被传染的。医生已经讲了，就是高血压、糖尿病，还有高胆固醇、三高。
Okay, now you see my slide got a red box. Yeah? So today you walk out of here, you don't know what I said, you must remember everything I put inside the red box. Okay, the other thing you can throw away, okay? So, which of you here you are thinking, oh, am I going to get a symptom thing? Am I one of those dangerous ones? Okay, then you ask yourself these 5 questions. Your each one, any symptom or tompo chai or bypass. If your papa or brother, boys below age of 55 have a heart problem, then you could have it. You can be vegetarian, you can meditate 20 hours a day, you can exercise 20 hours a day. 没有用，冇用，冇用。Okay? Alright, then if your mama or sister has a heart problem below 65, same situation, high risk for you. Doesn't matter how many hours you pray every day. God will not do everything for you. You have to do something for yourself. Okay, number 2. Quick one. Or anything above 130 at home. Home blood pressure. Not in the clinic. Clinic all high. Okay, scared of me. Yeah. Okay? And of course, Suren, okay? And high cholesterol, LDL. This is the bad one. Always patients bring me their blood report and show total cholesterol very high. Oh, doctor, is so high, my total cholesterol. Don't look at the total cholesterol, useless. You look at the LDL, low density lipoprotein. So these 5 things you must know about yourself. Then you'll know if everything is good, anything else can, you will not at risk. You don't have to worry. Okay, so don't forget this slide. Anyone that translate?
OK， 医生说只要你看到有这个红格子的，你就要记得 OK。首先呢，你要评估你自己的风险，有这以下几点。第一就是你的家庭背景，你的 family history， 然后你要看你的父母男性方面，如果哥哥或者是爸爸有在55岁之前有心脏病的，如果是女性方面的妈妈跟姐姐是65岁之前的话，那你就属于是有遗传性的，那你就要看好自己的风险。那第二呢，如果你是糖尿病或者是你的高血压，你是吸烟者，然后来到那个胆固醇，你最主要是看 LDL， 你不要看那个总胆固醇，这几个都是你要去注意，然后要评估自己的心脏病风险。
Okay. Of all these, Waichin is the most important. 80% of people who have heart problem usually Waichin. Okay, each one. That is the number one risk factor by a mountain mile. Alright? So, as I said, you don't have pain, you don't have cancer, you don't smoke, you don't have cholesterol, but in each one, you have a high risk of heart attack. Okay?
遗传在刚才选部的那个原因当中是占水最高的。如果你其他的东西都有造致，但是你家族有心脏病的历史的话，那你也是属于高风险，要评估。
Okay, and all this ends up with angkangna laja in the shape one. Right? This is your heart kikuna, you get blood laja. And this is what causes sinjang
这个就是我们那个血管，我们所谓的已经有胆固醇在里面堆积的那个影响。
Okay, so you must know what is normal. This is another red box, huh? Don't forget. What is normal? At home, at home you must be below 130/80. Okay? Your blood sugar, the 3-month sugar, HbA1c, must be less than 5.6%. Tangyaping is more than 6.3%. Okay? And your LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, LDL, must be below 2.6. And the OA, composition must be more than 1.2 HDL. Okay? Clear?
这个是另外一个图表。如果你在家自己检测那个血压的话，是130跟80。那如果是血糖的话呢，会是低于5.6，如果高于6.3，就已经是糖尿病了。那个胆固醇的比例呢，就是坏胆固醇一定要少于2.6，好的胆固醇呢要高于1.2。这个是你验血之后会知道。
So this is for young people and also Laulang also same, alright? Same target. Old people, if their pressure is 180, you don't give them 5 obat today and then expect it to be 130 tomorrow. 1 month like that. You give them slow, build up, and 2 drugs, 3 drugs, and then aim for the low blood pressure. If got tau 1, tau in, then you have to stop, cut back. Okay?
所有的血压，其实这个血压年轻人跟老人家的那个指数都是一样的。请你如果是有医生给的药呢，就要跟着吃，然后这种是如果它不会一下子降下来，然后如果你药之后有不舒服的地方，你一定要回去看医生。
So the more risk factors you have, the higher your risk. More you need to be worried and do something about it. Okay?
如果你评估之后，你发现你中了很多样，那你就是要就是去看医生。
Okay, so this is the story of heart disease. Okay, we're all born like this, okay, clean shape one. And then each one not good, smoker, tangkusun, kausaya, you start forming this plasma. This is soft, like oil. Okay? It's not hard, it's like pasta, like pimple. It's like a pimple. Except it's inside the shape one, in the inside lining. But you see the blood builds up outside, but the pipe still, the hole is quite big, but a lot of it already. So this is the dangerous situation. This is how it starts. And then gradually the body will heal by putting calcium inside that to make it safe.
这个就是我们血管的那个图表。每个人出生呢都是干净的血管，然后呢，它慢慢就会有一些我们那个胆固醇的堆积，它里面就会有时候会长得像一粒青春痘这样子。然后呢，如果它破了之后呢，它也会慢慢的好起来。然后因为要保护呢，那个我们身体会有一些钙质把它盖起来，但是因为这样子，我们的血管会慢慢的收窄。
Okay, but what happens is heart attack, sinjang occurs here, right at the beginning, when it's still soft. Everybody thinks Xinjiang is when there's a 90% block, 100% block, 99% block. No. Most 80% of Xinjiang occur very early. That's why most people who have Xinjiang have no kusufu, no warning, nothing. Because the blood is flowing very nicely through here, very big jalan. Mosat, Mojusai. Right?
意思是说，很多人都以为心脏病的发生会发生在后期，就是已经塞到是80-90%，但是往往心脏病的发生就是在它圈起来的那个图，当那个胆固醇那个堆积还是很 soft 很软的时候，心脏病都会80%的心脏病都发生在那个时候。
So this is what happens in Xinjiang. The blood, the pus containing pimple bursts and the blood blocks up here, sakna. Okay? So this is thrombosis, is clot forming, clot. And blood clot is the blood bursting. The pimple bursting causes the blood clot to form.
OK， 这个是一个显示图，就是为什么它是怎样发生在初期的时候，因为那个 pimple 就是那个细菌它破了它就变成一个硬块。然后突然间，它就是会挡在那个变成挡住我们所说的鱼纹三种，挡住那个血流不过，心脏病就发生了。虽然它还是很初期，但是因为它爆破，所以挡住了血管，血的流通。
Okay, so in the shape one, blocks up here, you have a very big Xinjiang. If the shape one blocks up here, very small, survive, no problem. Maybe no kusufu also, just don't feel anything. But if you block suddenly here, whole heart no blood supply, okay. Alright, now the healing, remember I told you this is the dangerous time, right? Now, God is great because most of us will go through this phase without the blood bursting and it becomes calcified, becomes hard. So I say, praise the Lord, because we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And God saves most of us from dying from this phase by letting it heal and becoming hard. Alright? So that is the miracle of our bodies, how we can heal ourselves.
刚才意思是说，如果那个阻塞是发生在心脏的低位的话，可能不会影响什么，甚至你不会觉得不舒服。那如果是发生在高位的话，会突然间死亡，或者是会演变成很严重的问题。那医生引用了一个诗篇139:14节，他说：“神说我要感谢你，因为我受造奇妙可畏，你的作为奇妙，这是我心深思的。因为呢，很多时候我们都不会发生那个，有时候也不会发生那个爆破，所以呢，往往就算发生爆破之后没有阻塞。”然后神会，就是我们的身体会产生那个钙，把它钙化，把那个伤口盖起来。所以呢，有时候我们的血管开始堵塞，但是我们也不知道，我们也还算是安全的，这是我们造物主的奇妙。
Okay, now this is a severe blockage, and usually when it gets to this stage, it's very hard. Alright, a lot of calcium inside. When it gets to this stage, it's very hard. And it does produce a severe narrowing. So how do we know we have this? For this, you have chest pain, tong, when you're climbing up the stairs, okay? So you have this, we have pain here, then heart, Xinjiang. And then it's usually caused by a severe narrowing, but Xinjiang pain here is only 10 to 20% of Xinjiang pain. So most Xinjiang pain happens here. No warning, but here 10 to 20% can cause Xinjiang pain.
如果它的阻塞已经来到了最后，剩下已经阻塞了80-90%，通常那个病人都会觉得心痛，爬楼梯会喘气。对，只是呢，很多时候医生说心脏病往往就发生在 A 跟 B 的时候，因为那个它的组织包括软化，然后突然间堵塞了，所以那个会发生突然死亡，没有征兆的突然死亡，因为往往它没有阻塞，没有太阻塞，所以 那个病人不觉得有任何的事情，它是突然发生。
Okay, this is very important. So, Pusubu is angina. In English, we say the chest pain from the heart is angina. Okay, what is angina? How does it feel? Angina, heart, so Xinjiang pain, heart tongue, here is a feeling like a heavy squeezing pain. So when I ask the patient, you got chest pain or not? They say, yeah, doctor, when they take one finger out or two fingers out, I thought, what's the Xinjiang? Xinjiang pain, they never use the finger to show. It's always all over there. Cannot put the finger where the pain is, it's everywhere. So if you got pain here, definitely not Xinjiang, okay? 90% of patients will come and see me scared of chest pain. Doctor, here. I Googled and it said left side chest pain. Oh, no, okay? So it is all usually in the middle, here. And not one finger, not like that, shampoo. Alright? All over. And sometimes it spreads from here to your shoulder and down the arm. Very rare. Arm only, Kusufu is 5% of heart patients. A lot of patients come, Mapi, my hand is Mapi, doctor, my heart. No. Mapi in the hand alone, no pain in the chest, Pusa Xinjiang. Alright? So, if you move your hand, pain, definitely not Xinjiang. Alright? If you put a certain position here, when I put my hand like that, they hurt. Not Xinjiang. And some patients say, doctor, when I sit down or I watch TV, they got tong. But I said, can you exercise? Yeah, every day I exercise, no problem. Not Xinjiang. Xinjiang only when you exercise, you're running, you get pain, you stop 2 or 3 minutes, better. Xinjiang. So heart pain only comes with exercise and goes away as soon as you stop exercising. Within 2 or 3 minutes, the pain should go away. If you say you exercise and then come home after exercise, you got pain, during exercise and as you stop, the pain goes away. That is a heart pain. And it's all over here. Sometimes it goes to the jaw. Heart pain can give you like toothache. Some patients say when I exercise, my jaw hurts. Alright? Not arm pain, back pain, Mapi or that.
医生表示呢，原来就是我们说的心绞痛。当你痛的时候呢，它通常会在中间，它不是一个手指指出这么小的地方，它是会在中间，然后有时候你会延伸到手，或者是到手指，但是不是只是手指痛，或者是只是这个手臂痛，那个也不是心脏病，就是你的心会痛，然后它延伸到你的手、肩膀、手臂跟手指。然后，如果你是去运动的话，当你运动的时候你会痛，但是当你停止之后2-3分钟，它会消失，疼痛会消失，那个就可能是心脏病。但是如果那个痛会一直延伸到你的下巴，对，那个也会是心脏病的可能，那一些都是要注意的。
So the pain feels like somebody is pushing you against the wall and pushing their hand on your chest against the wall. That is a heart pain. It's not like that. All tight. Okay?
医生表示他说的疼痛的感觉是那种你的心是整片被压着的，好像有人把你推去墙壁，然后有人把手压在你的胸口上的那种痛，而不是一个小点这样子的痛，那种就是心脏病。
And heart attack, Xinjiang pain, same type of pain, but 20-30 times worse and very severe, and your whole chest is like a car pushing you against the wall, and Liu Han sweating, Lao Guang, and Fuxi Xinggu, breathless, sweating, heavy pain, Xinjiang pain, okay?
所以我跟他一下，刚才的那个呢是属于心绞痛，也是要注意。那如果是再严重到发生到是heart attack心脏病的话，你更加会是那个感觉是更严重
vomiting, talk, and okay, vomiting, all those things are very classical of heart attack. Angina, male. Okay, so when you go to hospital to do checkup, everybody does ECG lah, and then Paupu, treadmill, Chao echo, and then sometimes scan and all that, right? But all these things are to check for the severe blockage. Understand? They all look for they can only pick up this problem. Because when there's Mkau head going down here, then it produces an abnormal ECG when exercise, and the echo will show one wall doesn't move. But it has to, only when it reaches this stage, you can pick up problem. That's why when patients come and do check-up for me, in my clinic, they say, "Doctor, I got chest pain." Then if the pain is not like symptom pain, I will not do a stress test because it's useless. It only picks up severe narrowing. Okay? And this severe narrowing is not so dangerous also. Many patients with 90% block and they don't want to do anything, say your CR is too up already, you don't need to do operation or anything. Because only 10% or 20% will lead to something. The most dangerous situation is here. But there's no way of picking this up because there's no problem with the blood flow. Understand? Okay, you understand? No. Yeah. You need to have head going here. Then you have the pusupu, chest pain, can't breathe and all that. But the thing is not blocked. When this thing cracks, it blocks with a blood clot immediately. 2 or 3 minutes. So suddenly, no blood supply. That's why people suffer. Okay. So all the tests so far. Okay, it's like this. We are looking at with all the tests we do normally in the hospital, it is like looking at the healthy plant or not. The plant is healthy, then you know the pipe underwater, the underground pump irrigation is good. So we are looking here only to know what this is like. But then when this thing already blocked, then the thing dies, too late already. Understand? We're looking, we cannot see the pipe, we're just judging the pipe by the surface appearance. The ECG, the Paupu, all only looking at the surface appearance of the heart. That's it. Okay.
医生表示呢，这些都是我们在外面做 body check-up 所会用到的器材。那他说这些器材呢，只能够在我们的心脏，刚才那个呢，98% blockage 的时候，你的血流已经很慢了，它才诊断出来。如果是在那种只有 soft surface 那种比较软性的时候呢，这些器材全部都诊断出来的。所以换句话说，这一些的 test 呢，刚才好像他在动那个脉这样子，你只看到他会告诉你一切都健康，其实你的身体有可能已经有那个就是 B 跟 C 的那种比较浅度的那个胆固醇在，它只能检测到很高，当你比赛98%只有那个血流不好的时候，它才能够检测出来。他的意思是这样子，大家明白吗？可以，好的。
Understand this, right? So if a patient comes to me and says, got pain here, pain, I know it's hard, so do the Paupu also no use, the stress test doesn't tell me. But they say, "Doctor, climbing up the stairs last 1 week, I'm feeling not good." Then I say, "Oh, here, like that. Your father got heart problem?" "Yeah, my father died at 55. "Oh, you better do a stress test." So for that patient, I will do a Paupu in talk. And then we will see whether anything shows, because if it's 90% blocked, then it will give you the pusupu. And then you pick it up on ECG or stress test or echo. So it has to get to that severe stage, baru you will see on these tests. Okay?
医生表示，如果他的病人来到跟他投诉他有心绞痛，然后他会诊断问他如果那个病人也是有家族历史， 比如说父亲55岁有心脏病发作去世之类的，他才会把那个病人放去做这一类的测验，那你去看一下他是不是已经有严重的阻塞，因为有家族史跟疼痛症状。
So a lot of places do medical checkup. They got, you know, you go and do the whole circuit every year, or blood tests and all that. If you have no pusufu, the stress test, 90, because 20% it misses. Even if you have a block, 20% the stress test looks very good.
医生说，所以我们每一年都去做那个身体检查，我们很多人都会做 ECG 去跑步。其实很多时候出来的那个result呢，如果你只是有那个28%，好像刚才他说那个 B 跟 C 的情况呢，这些所有的看呢都是检测不出来的，你的result依然会是好的、健康的。
And also sometimes 20-30% of the output test is abnormal, but the heart is normal, false positive, especially women. So you end up doing a lot of unnecessary tests because the stress test is abnormal, but actually your heart is normal. So the test is 30% not accurate, okay? So we use it when we suspect the patient has a heart problem, then we use it to confirm before we go do angiogram and all those things, right?
也有发生过在跑步机之后出来的result是有些问题的，但是其实那个病人呢的心脏是没有问题的，也会有这一类似的那个我们叫波卡拉，医生说也会发生，尤其是发生在女性方面，就是你的result可能医生result这个到底看起来有问题，然后你再做其他去看之后，其实你的心脏是没有问题，也会有发生这样的情况。
So because of the inaccuracy of all these testing methods, still 40% of people, the first time they know they have a heart problem is a symptom or they drop dead. There's no other warning. Because I remember I told you that 20%, 30% clot is what kills you. You have no warning of that. Okay, so that's why these tests are still not good enough to pick up the risk of symptom. So, yeah.
那因为刚才医生说的，我们已经知道那个 stress test 它全部东西都诊断不出那个 B 跟 C 的那个情况。那但是很多时候呢，突发心脏病都发生在那边，所以很多换句话说，却没有那些对于突发心脏病诊治是没有太大的帮助。
So that's why we started using CT scan to check for early problem. The CT scan can pick up clots. Okay, but everybody doesn't need a CT scan. If you're 45 years old, you have no risk factors, remember my red box. If you have none of those things, then this also won't because there'll be nothing in your heart. It's very unlikely to have any clot. But you can do a plain calcium CT scan, and your calcium scan shows you have very little, a little bit of calcium, then you know you're safe. When your calcium score is high, then you may need to do a CT angiogram, where we use the same machine and we inject contrast into the shape one to give you these pictures now. Alright?
Okay, 医生会建议，来到the previous
Yeah, sure.
医生说会建议他说他们都是用这个 CT scan 来检查，那这个 CT scan 呢会很清楚的看到你血管的有没有任何微小的阻塞程度也看到。但是呢，不是每一个人都需要。如果你去看之前的 slide， 你的家族历史是5C那些，如果你的指数都正常，那代表你是安全的。那如果你中了1样还是2样，你可以去考虑做这个 scan， 它可以是有一个，它可以看到里面就是看得到你的血管里面有没有钙化之类的，它都很具细迷的可以看清楚。但是首先你要自己评估你自己的风险，不是每一个人都需要直接去做。
So these are some pictures. This is a clean shape one, smooth, no gray bumps or lumps. So Kailan Chin Chin. Okay. Another one, Kailan Chin Chin. Okay, now this is a big shape on here coming out, and there's a big lump here. You see the thing like a bukit, like a hill, bulging in? That is big lump of cholesterol plaque. So you cut this like this, you get this picture. So the white stuff is the blood flowing in the pipe. It's like a smart tunnel. You cut the smart tunnel. All this is angchan, the grey stuff here, cholesterol, and this is the blood, the white inside. So this is a dangerous plaque. So you see, that's the grey is cholesterol. The white is the blood flowing. Understand? So if this patient or this person plays badminton, very vigorous one day, his cholesterol is high and he's got fat in here, some inflammation, then this thing can burst like a pimple, and then the cholesterol muscle here, the blood sees the cholesterol, the blood clot forms, and then it's jumping. That's why these are the most dangerous plaques. See, not narrow. The jalan is so big, traffic can flow. Okay, the CT scan can pick this up, but nobody needs, not all of you don't need the CT scan. But if you got the risk factors, what I showed you earlier, then if you don't know about this, then you should do this. Okay? Sorry, I'm going too fast. Alright, okay.
刚才我们看到的那台机器 CT scan， 那医生给我们显示那个 scanning 的切图。那这个呢，就是有一些的，已经有一些的 pocket， 就是黑色的地方。它切片之后，你看到那个一片的东西，那个就是胆固醇。那其实你看到它的辐射程度不是很严重，但是为什么会发生心脏病呢？可能那个地方在发炎，然后那个人他又跑去运动，做激烈运动，打羽球啊、爬山啊，突然间那个 cholesterol 的地方它就是爆破，好像比如说像爆破，那个硬块流出来，刚好挡住血管，血流不通，心脏病就发作，然后那个人就是他那个人就是去世，所以是这样的情况。那这些普通的 ECG 什么，它都诊断不出来，只有这个 CT scan 能够诊断出来。那谁需要去呢？不是每一位，也不用担心。你可以回到去刚才的 slide， 自己评估你的风险，然后才决定要不要做这个测验。
So this is a severe narrowing. This is a shape one. You can see here, very small. There is a big plaque blocking this artery here. Okay? And because it's gray, it is a dangerous one. But as I showed you earlier, God heals us by converting the soft plaque into calcium. And that is a good healing process. This is how God heals, by turning a soft plaque into calcified plaque, stable plaque. Concrete is hard to burst. A pimple made of oily, like cod liver oil tablet, easy to burst. So when we take Tampusun, when you take a medication, this plaque becomes calcified very quickly. And that's why you are safe from heart attack. That's how the medication works.
OK， 医生说灰色那个部分就是胆固醇的堆积。那胆固醇的堆积它是 soft 的，就好像皮肤这样子，很容易爆破。当你有吃药的时候呢，被诊断之后，如果你有吃药，这个药呢会让这个胆固醇的柔软的程度呢钙化。这个就是神奇药的地方，它会钙化、硬化之后呢，那它就不容易爆破。这也是一个保护的一种进展这样子。所以你吃药呢，它会帮助那个胆固醇就是那个进展快，钙化的进展会加快这样子。
Okay, these are some blocks like this block here, block here. This is the stent. It's not boring, I don't want to show you this. Okay, how do we treat CAD is coronary artery disease, which is what I showed you. All this is heart disease, right? Coronary artery disease. So the number one treatment is Senyao, Jiao. Okay, Senyao. Then, when it's too late already, that means you already never look after yourself for 20, 30 years, the doctor told you to take medicine, you say, no, I take medicine, then my kidney get damaged, my liver get damaged, all the old-fashioned nonsense, right? If you are one of those and you wait too long, then you develop blocks, then you come in a 90% block or something, like Kusufu, then we have to do a Tongpo Chai, alright, to fix it. Or if it's really bad, then you need a bypass operation, okay?
治疗新冠病呢，基本上有几种方法。最初呢，当然是吃药。那很多人因为他们拒绝服药，听到其他传闻，对肾脏不好，对肝不好。那他的胆固醇堆积之后，严重之后呢，我们就要去到做我们俗称的 PCI 或者是再严重一点是要搭桥，对 bypass 这样子。所以最初的步骤永远都是先开始用药物治疗。
So of course, the best treatment is to prevent, because heart attacks occur at the various earliest phase of this disease. So you need to prevent it starting, because that's the most dangerous time when it starts. Okay, so how do we prevent? So you guys saw the red box earlier. So I told you already, high blood pressure, sugar, stop smoking, powerful, exercise, and keep your cholesterol LDL low, below 2.6. If you have Tang Yang, your LDL must be below 1.4. Okay, normal people 2.6. Tang Yang 1.4 LDL. If you have blood, if you have Hong Zhang.
预防胜于治疗。那如果你有高血压，你有三高，就要根据医生的指示服药。你要观察你的坏胆固醇，普通人的色化是要低于2.6。如果你是糖尿病患者，那你的指数需要低于1.4，在 LDL 方面。所以有任何三高问题呢，都需要根据指示服药。还有，如果你是吸烟者，请戒烟。
So, okay. High blood pressure. 30% of Malaysians have high blood pressure. 30%. The world average is 25%. It's because of all our genes and because we eat a lot of salty food. Malaysian food is very salty. Sorry.
马来西亚的高血压病患程度呢有38%，很多时候是因为遗传跟我们的食物都是比较重口味有关，所以我们有38%很高。
So 12% do not know. The people out there, 12% of the population have never checked their pressure. They don't know their high blood pressure. Of those who know, 90% of people are on medication. This is very high. So Malaysia is very, very good on this front. 91% of people are on medication, and half of them are under control. The other half, 150, 90, 160, 90. Ayah sudah tua mah, mosok makan, alright. Doctor, my age plus 100 plus my age. No, rubbish. Everybody should aim for 130, 80. Okay? Right.
那有大概12%的人，他们因为没有去检查，所以他们是不知道自己有高血压。在有诊断的人当中呢，91%，这个是一个很好的数目，都有根据指示服用那个药物。那也有大概48%，他们因为在边缘或者边缘，他们觉得不需要啦，还是年纪大啦，他们就不去就是根据指示服用药物这样子。
Okay, your sugar should be kept below 7%, alright? Preferably lower the better. Don't smoke, obviously. And exercise, right? Exercise. Everybody is crazy about exercise. Very important, sure. Exercise lowers your blood sugar, lowers your blood pressure, has no effect on cholesterol. Exercise doesn't lower your bad cholesterol, but increases your good cholesterol, HDL, alright? So let's talk about exercise. How much you have to do? 150 minutes of brisk walking a week, or mowing your lawn, or swimming, or doing something like that is enough. Don't have to go to the gym 1 hour every day. Okay? Do some light weights, especially as you get older, so you keep your core strength, and that also helps keep your cardiovascular system healthy.
医生表示呢，运动是很重要的，运动可以改善你的高血压跟那个糖分的比例，但是呢，运动不会降低你的坏胆固醇指数，但是它可以提高你的好胆固醇的指数。那无论如何呢，医生表示每个星期大概有150分钟，这边就是根据这个图表的时间来运动，然后呢也可以做一些有重量的运动，因为我们到了一个年纪是需要建立我们的肌肉来支撑我们的身体。
Okay, so any exercise, even a little bit of exercise is good. So the fellow sits down on the sofa every day, watch Netflix. If he gets up and just walks to the shop 2 or 3 times a week, already big benefit. Big benefit. You don't have to do crazy exercise. So moderate exercise is the best. Crazy exercise, no advantage. So if you look at this, how many people die, the frequency of dying from heart attack or suffering heart problem. If you're inactive, highest up. Okay? A lazy person doing no exercise. Occasional exercise already untung a lot. Light exercise also untung. Moderate exercise is the best. Much less heart problem. If you do a lot of exercise, it's more dangerous. So, yes, if you want to look slim like Adeline here, and no stomach and all that, fit, then you do that because you look good. But it doesn't make you live longer, it doesn't prevent heart attack. In fact, you have more heart attack. The marathon runners, badminton players, squash players, when they go over the top. Yes, so physical training is of some value, but godliness is value for all things. Holding promise for both your present and your lives to come, right? So, health.
Okay, 医生表示
Yeah.
医生表示，适当的运动非常的重要。图表会看到，没有运动跟活跃的人，他们的那个心脏病发作率会比较高。那圈起来的那个呢是适量的运动，最后那个呢是激烈的运动。你会看到激烈的运动反而它的心脏病死亡率会高过适量的运动。激烈的运动就是那种去爬山、潜3项，激烈的羽球赛、羽毛球赛的那种，因为你会突然间跳起来然后它都会引发那个突发的心脏病。
Biblical verse, okay, Corinthians. Okay, this is a simple chart, okay? What it shows, most of us are here, normal people, right? The average member of society is here. Some people are very good, each one, and very good genes, and they're born, they eat anything, they don't put on weight. You know, those kind of people, very lucky, very blessed, they are low risk. Even if they eat pakute every day, nothing will happen to them. I have patients who eat pakute every day for 40 years. They smoke 2 packs a day, they drink 1 bottle of whiskey, perfect. Their genes are all good, their liver is good. So everybody said, my friend, you can do that. I said, your friend is special. We don't occupy, most of us are not here. Most of us are here. Some of us have bad genes, like we already pointed out. Okay? Bad risk for cancer, bad risk for heart disease, bad risk for all these things. For you, you have to be extra careful. And you need to take drugs. That's the only way you're going to cheat your genetic passport or whatever you inherited, is take medication. You can exercise, you can do all those healthy things. The number of people who still drop dead or have cancer and all that because they don't want to do medication, because that's the only game changer. So most of us are here. If we are healthy, if we exercise, we eat carefully, we do the right thing, we can move the ball this way. We can never reach here because our genes, what we inherited is still strong. But if you are here and you smoke and you don't look after yourself, you push yourself towards that. Okay? Simple.
我们大多数的人呢都是在中间，只有少数他们的遗传因子很好，他们无论怎样吃喝，他们都会在 low risk 那边，就是低风险的。我们大多数人都在中间。那如果你有照顾自己的饮食，有定期运动检查，我们那个人就会比较趋向于低风险。那如果你什么都不做，每天肉骨茶、迟睡、吸烟，你自然就会把自己推于高风险。这个都是自己要照顾自己的身体。
As I said, Malaysia has seen a 10% reduction in heart disease, and over the last 60 to 70 years, heart disease has come down a hell of a lot around the world. So it is getting less and less and less. Not by everybody saying, wow, nowadays a lot of people have not true, it's getting less. Okay?
其实全球的那个心脏病的发生率呢，在刚才医生这几年当中已经有往下走的趋向，因为生活方式的改变，人们健康意识的提高，所以都是会有改变。
Of course, cholesterol. This is the big scary one. Everybody talks about. Everybody full of rumors, full of lies, full of misconceptions. So let's talk about cholesterol. Okay, most important thing you need to know. The bad cholesterol, 80% is made by your own body, by your own liver. It is not from food, it is not from suyo, it is not from bakute, it is not from banana leaf, roti canai, no. Alright, it's made by your own body. So if you're a vegetarian, your cholesterol only will come down 20%. Even if you become a crazy vegetarian, you eat grass and eat leaves, you'll come down 20%. So if your cholesterol is high, you need help. Okay. The good cholesterol is mostly genetic again. You inherit good cholesterol. But if you have a high HDL, but your father or mother have heart disease, your HDL is useless. It's posing only. So don't trust your HDL level of family. Exercise improves, alcohol improves HDL. So everybody says smoking and alcohol is bad. No, alcohol in small amounts improves HDL. But there are many different kinds of HDL. Some say the one of the HDLs that goes up by alcohol is not helpful. So bottom line is we don't know, but I don't tell you to go out and drink. But just bear in mind that exercise is the only thing that really improves HDL. Okay, so triglyceride not so important.
医生表示呢，坏胆固醇其实88%都是我们遗传因子，88%呢都是我们自己的肝脏制造的，所以跟遗传因子有关。那来到好的，当然如果你有健康的饮食呢，那会帮助降低坏胆固醇。那好的胆固醇呢，有一些就是来自我们吃好的脂肪，包括鱼。它会帮助我们得到那些好的胆固醇。那也有人说，少量的酒会帮助我们制造好的胆固醇，但是这个有一些的争议在那边。所以呢，医生没有叫你为了得到更多好的胆固醇回家喝很多酒，所以那个是有一些的争议，因为他说喝酒所带来的好胆固醇其实对身体有太大的帮助。这些都没有太确定的指数在里面，所以都让你自己去斟酌。
Okay. And thin people tend to have higher cholesterol than fat people. Okay? Because we know cholesterol is not from food. Alright? So not all people think, wow, I'm so fat and my cholesterol sure will be high, doctor. Not really the case.
瘦的人很多时候他的胆固醇有可能高于肥胖者。比较肥胖的人，所以呢，瘦不代表你的胆固醇就会低。
So fatty food is to be said to be very bad for you. We should not eat too much fatty food. But I think like if you like a steak or lamb chop or something like that, once a week, once in 2 weeks, no problem, because that is natural, pure animal fat. Okay? Don't eat too much. We need to limit to about 300 milligrams. That was the old advice. Now we're not so strict about red meat and natural fat, animal fat. The biggest fear is trans fat. But generally the advice is eat a lot of vegetables, whole grains, seafood. Like seafood is okay, prawns are okay, but the head contains a lot of cholesterol. But crabs once a month, twice a month is fine. The worst things are trans fats. And all of us are so worried about eating seafood, we're all worried about eating animal fat. But the killers are the things that we buy, bread in packets, all the things you buy in the supermarket that comes in a plastic packet. Because they're all cooked and they use margarines and stockings and things to preserve the thing. Those are the killers. Alright? It's not the meat and not the seafood and all these things. So and salt is of course sodium is a major risk factor, and saturated fats in excess is bad, of course, but it's not as bad as we used to make them out to be.
What about urine?
Suren is not sugar, calories, not sugar, calories. I mean, it's bad, and if you're diabetic, you should limit your portions, but it's not the end of the world.
医生表示呢，这一份是美国农业局发布的指南。那他劝告人们，如果要吃脂肪之类的东西，一天不要超过300毫克。那当然医生主张是健康饮食、平均的饮食。一个礼拜里面吃一次的红肉、牛肉之类，那些是可以接受。平均饮食就是包括蔬果蔬菜海鲜、瘦肉。有害的反而是我们所知道的trans fat 反式脂肪，那些都会隐藏在你在超级市场包装里面买的精致的蛋糕面包因为它们都是用 margarine 那个反式脂肪所制造出来的，所有的 processed food 里面都有反式脂肪，那个反而是对我们身体有害的。那我们是原物，就是肉或者是蔬菜直接煮的那些平均的饮食，然后要降低你的盐分的摄取量就可以了。那有没有问到榴莲？榴莲是因为它的卡路里很高，跟糖分很高。如果你是那个糖分的内分那个已经在 borderline 的话，你就要自己照顾好。榴莲要适量的吃。
Okay, I put a slide up just saying trans fats are bad for you, okay? And obviously, better a meal of vegetables when there is love than a fattened calf. That's my nearest biblical reference to food. Alright, again, see, saturated fats we have to control a bit, but trans fats are the worst, the most dangerous. Okay? So, as Alan was just saying, all these commercially produced biscuits, pastries, supermarket, fast food, margarine, roti canai, deep fried food, KFC, yao cha kuai, badai, pisang goreng, keropok, all these things are, even frozen foods contain a lot of trans fat. Nuggets, sausages, all these things, okay?
这些都是反式脂肪的例子，就是我们知道外面蛋糕店、supermarket卖的那些漂亮的蛋糕煎造物fast food， 所有的麦当劳、KFC， 甚至是那些 process 处理好的食物，不是原物的，他们都会有反式脂肪，这个我们都要支持去那个指标。
Okay, this is a bit scientific, but basically this slide shows that cholesterol medication, statins, the whole family of cholesterol drugs are called statins. If you bring your LDL down by 1 millimole, you'll reduce your risk of heart attack and death by 21%. So that's why diet and all that has little impact, because you need to bring it down 21% and you have to become eat grass and eat leaves only to get it down that amount. So if your cholesterol is high, you need medication.
Statins 呢是控制胆固 就会把我们那个心脏病的发生率降低20%。那很多时候呢，我们是很难靠饮食来控制我们的胆固醇。就是你很难去，难道你不能去吃草、吃叶子？但是这个药物就很有它很有效的控制胆固醇，来降低心脏病的发生率。It's okay. I think our...
No, we change it.
Okay, so statins prevent 80,000 heart attacks and tromphone in UK per year. Alright? That's how important they are.
根据这个调查呢，这个药物 statin 在美国呢，在英国每一年呢都可以预防了8万个就是中风跟心脏病发的可能性。
Every single heart doctor in CVS care, except for one guy, we all take statin. I take statin. My cholesterol is normal, but I still take a statin. Free medicine, man. So I take, right? And we have no problem. None of the doctors has side effects. But all our patients we give, wow, got side effect. Wow. So it's got a bit psychological. So all of us take heart. I've never done a heart scan before. I'm telling and advising people to heart scan. I've never done one. So if I drop that here, I hope somebody can resuscitate me. But my thinking is, if I do a scan, if I see Angchang, if I see Clark, what can I do? Take a statin. I don't smoke. My mom and dad live to 90 plus. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. So there's nothing I can change. So no point looking at my heart and see I got all these Angchang plaques everywhere. Because what can I do? Take a statin. I already take the statin. So if God wants to take me, He has to try very hard. He'll kill me in a car crash or give me a cancer or something like that. But I've never done a heart scan, but I take a statin, right?
医生表示他自己本身也有在服用这个药物。那所有在CVS 医生服务的医生呢，他们本身都有服用这种药物。其实医生本身都没有任何的，他说很多时候都是病人来到他的医院跟他说他可能是心理，他说他觉得是心理作用，病人都会觉得服用了药物之后会有这边痛那边痛，都会有很多的副作用。那医生本身有服用，他觉得是没有副作用的，而且因为这个药物呢很有效的控制胆固醇，在控制胆固醇的时候，就是代表你能够预防心脏病发，所以呢根据医生指示服用药物很重要。
Okay, the problem is when we give our patients statin, within 3 months, 60% will stop taking their medicine. They talk to their friend, they talk to their grandmother, they talk to their some quack social media reader will tell them don't take statin. Then, so that's a problem we have.
很多医生说很多他的病人呢，在领取了药物之后，可能3个月之后，他们就会因为听到很多人跟他说不要服用药物会对我们的那个肾脏听力跟肝不好，而停止服用，大概有60%的人都不会再继续服用。
And that's largely because people listen to social media, a lot of con men on the YouTube and con men on TikTok keep spreading these rumors that these things are not good for you, statins are bad for you. It's not true.
当然，我们会说很多人都是给走医上就是看了很多 social media 之后，很多传言都是没有 social media 上面的那些传言资讯很多都是没有医学根据的。但是因为我们太容易得到资讯，所以然后听朋友说，我们就会去相信。反而不要相信医生所说的话，然后很多人就是因为这样子而停止服用药物。
Okay, I did a Gemini search for the TikTok, Facebook, Instagram things about statins, right? There's a lot of nonsense, and even ChatGPT and Gemini have said, our patients are falling suckers for all these instant evil online. And patients who would benefit from life-saving medications refuse to take them, putting their health at significant risk. So don't fall prey to the evil one who lives in the social media world.
医生说他用了就是现在其中的一个 AI 来去检测我们常常在社交媒体上所看到的讯息。那他会发现很多人呢都被误导了，他们会因为听到误导了，因为听到那些药物的副作用，而去放弃了这个药物，导致呢他们没有得到更好的治疗。其实正确的服用药物，它所带来的益处会比那个副作用的更大。药物是当然会有一点的副作用，但是这个药物能够拯救你的生命，让你去预防那个心脏病那些事情。所以呢，很多人是因为听信了传闻，放弃了，而导致一些不好的事情发生这样子。那医生引用了那一句《哥林多后书》11章14节，他说这也不足为怪，因为很多时候撒旦也会装饰成天使模样出现。
Okay, another red box. So medication, you've seen a doctor, he's treating you for diabetes or high blood pressure or high cholesterol. You take this medicine for the rest of your life. Okay? It's not like antibiotics, you take a course for 1 week or for Bosentin, gastric medication, 1-2 weeks. It's different. This is life. To change your outlook for your life. So 90% of heart attacks and strokes in people younger than us in our age are preventable by early detection through drugs and lifestyle measures. Okay?
服用药物呢是一辈子的事情。那这个药物不像我们所吃的抗生素，可能吃5天就结束了。这个药物医生给的药物呢，它可以让我们更好的控制糖尿病、高血压跟胆固醇。那这3个呢，需要根据医生的指示去服药。在药物的帮助下，很多时候98%的中风的心脏病都是可以预防的，而且也让正确的诊断，也让就是我们的生活指数可以更好，也不用过于去担心这样子。
So diabetic drugs and blood pressure drugs, which are given to loads and loads of us, many of you here are probably taking this, they prolong the health of your kidneys. Another big lie that goes around is medication damages your kidneys and your liver. These drugs protect your kidneys and liver. Patients who are finally convinced to take cholesterol medication after years I've been forcing them and pleading with them, they do, and you see their kidney function actually improves sometimes. Definitely doesn't get worse. So that is another lie. Medication damages your kidney or your liver. Alright? So please don't worry about your other parts of your body when you take these drugs.
那另外一个传言就是，很多时候我们听到的高血压跟糖尿病的药物都会破坏我们肾脏跟肝脏的功能。反而医生表示，根据医生的指示服药，按时服药呢，反而会让我们的肾脏更健康，它的指数会更好。
So my parting words, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it, in fact. And my parting words to you, long life to you, good health to you, and your household, and good health to all that is yours. Thank you very much.
结束给医生以2段的经文来结束今天的分享。他说箴言4章23节，你要保守你的心，胜过保守一切，因为一生的果效是由心出发。还有撒母耳记上25章6节，愿 有都平安。感谢医生的分享。
Q&A section.
Dr. Suren, 3 questions.
Yeah.
I'm Pastor John. I'm one of the patients. I've seen you twice. The second time I waited 3.5 years, 3.5 hours to see you. Okay, my first question is: today a lot of ascites, heart attacks, sudden. They went for check-up for this and that, and they died of heart attack. So because of that, recently I called 3 hospitals, including CBS, wanting to do a full PET scan. They say that I must see a specialist doctor first before I'm allowed to do the scan.
Yeah.
But to see a specialist, I have to pay 1,300, 1,500, then only do the scan another $1,500 to $3,000.
Not true, not true. The consultation fees in our hospital are fixed. For first visit is 235 ringgit, that's it.
But on the phone they were saying I have to pay about 1,000 dollars.
That's for, because before you do a heart scan, we need to know your kidney function, we need to know your liver function, we need to know your cholesterol, your sugar, and we need the echo to look at your heart function to make sure you're safe for the scan. So all that adds up to the additional on top of the CT scan.
Okay. The second question, how much does the bypass cost today?
About 75 to 80,000.
Which
All
is
in.
the faster with it, the bypass in people, 120,000.
Complications? Straightforward, about 75 to 80 in our hospital.
Okay, there's the third question is I'm on cholesterol medication for 25 years.
Good.
I'm taking Simple 10 mg, statin. Is that statin tablet?
Yes.
Oh, so I can continue to take for life.
As long as your LDL is below 2.6 or whatever you should be, then simple 10 milligrams is like Smarties only. It's very, very weak. Very weak. But if you hit your target with that, well done. Excellent.
Thank you.
Any questions? Yeah.
Just now you were talking about actual chest pain when it starts because it was a long elaboration. So can you repeat about how to detect the chest pain?
Okay. Heart pain is called angina, and it's a heavy, vague, non-specific pressure on your chest which comes when you exercise and stops or goes away as soon as you stop exercising. That is angina. It may spread to your jaw, like that. Patients always hold their jaw in that manner. But it may sometimes go down your arm, but comes with exercise and goes at rest.
Is eating durian dangerous, harmful to the heart?
I mean, it contains triglyceride, which is the fat, it contains sugar. I mean, it adds up.
Okay, question. Doctor,
Yeah.
if you're saying we have to be on medication for all our lives, right? And if let's say our BP and our blood sugar everything is already in control, then should we still take it?
The moment you stop the medication, you'll go on.
Okay.
That's why it's not a cure. They're suppressors. They're questions.
What about if it's the reverse? Meaning, in the case of already on the tablets and religiously taking it, then suddenly it takes a downturn and it went down, the readings went down.
I mean, if you overweight, you never exercise, you ate badly, you started medication, but then you started losing weight, went on Ozempic, you started running everywhere, and then your whole body obviously has become healthier and healthier, then your requirement for drugs will come less. Yes, then we wean down your doses, and some patients, maybe 10% of patients come off medicine forever.
So technically, let's say if we are away from doctors, alone on our own, then does it mean that we
Yeah, if you find your blood pressure has come down over the years and it's well controlled, then and you're checking it twice a week or something like that, then you say, hey, my pressure is getting better. Then you take half a tablet and see. If it's still below 130, hey, quarter a tablet and see. Yeah.
That means there's the weaning off process as well possible.
5% of patients, of all patients, maybe.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello，
Yeah.
大家好啊！我係分享我嘅故事。我今年咧72歲，咁早2-3年咧，因為我上年紀行過啊，有時要氣喘，咁我睇醫生，醫生講你去驗心臟咯，你驗個心臟，你驗心臟咯。嗰時候我去睇新白士呢度驗，但係驗到咩都 OK， 咩都好，心臟又冇塞，咩都好，心跳率亦都好正常，但係。當醫生叫我驗心臟之後，我正諗起以前我冇咩記得㗎啦，先至諗起我20幾歲嗰陣時候曾經發生過，我爭啲猝死啦。嗰陣時候係打耳頭，喺屋企打，我哋打到我哋死。嗰陣時候係打壁頭，去個打灣嗰度打壁頭，幾個人打10幾粒就兩打。第一擺打都接唔到個波，第二擺打係咪接到1-2個波？我又冇打到話氣喘啊，好緊張啊，乜都冇，好浪啊，咁樣出嚟朋友打行出嚟，咁同埋傾下，突然間我一下湧上嚟，好辛苦嗰陣時候，我快啲坐低，啲慢慢休息。我朋友睇到我咁樣樣，你做咩啊？嗰陣時候自己講唔到説話，最多係咁樣個手擺下，咁就自己慢慢唞下。就恢復正常。嗰陣時候20幾歲，所以諗到冇嘢咯，冇理佢咯。諗翻起咯，醫生成日睇到出事咁跌落嚟話死咯。嗰陣時候初嗰陣時候自己唔知道，但係再諗翻我老豆81歲，咩嘢病都冇，3高都冇，自己好顧到自己，就係朝頭早起身咁樣接個針，咁樣撲落去就冇咗。我知醫生講呢個係有遺傳㗎，我哋唔知道㗎，到時幾時發生，我哋都唔知道，所以係病的。
我們最後2個問題啊，last question.
No problem.
You say stop smoking. So the e-cigarettes and the shisha also must stop?
Yes, they're all equally bad. Shisha may be not so much for the heart, but for the lungs and for the throat and all that, yes. E-cigarettes are as bad, maybe 1/4 as bad. Doubles your risk. 1 cigarette a day doubles your risk. Increases your risk by 50%. 50%, 1 cigarette a day. 20 a day doubles your risk.
Hi, sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Doctor, I want to ask about the exercise.
Yeah.
I'm doing yoga and I'm doing qigong. And then some people say, hey, you have to go running, you have to go jogging, so that you can pump the heart rate to make the blood circulation or something.
No, but with the yoga and qigong, the heart rate goes up as well.
Not that certain level.
No, there's no target heart rate. You saw my slides. They are scientific slides, not this exercise nuts slides and all the people who are gym instructors, all nonsense. You don't need, I tell none of my patients wear a Fitbit or Apple Watch to monitor heart rate. Want to use an Apple Watch for other reasons, yes, but don't use it to monitor heart rate. It's useless. There's no target heart rate you need to achieve. Just do as much as you feel you can do comfortably. If you find yourself really tired, you can't go on, don't push yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Brisk walking, swimming, 150 minutes a day.
Okay, thanks, doctor.
Okay.
Hi. Yeah, but I have all of that except most probably smoking, right? And if in the event of as you're walking or as you're driving, then suddenly you have this chest pain that seems to show that you are having a heart attack. Is there anything that I can do to self-help? until Herbalife, or is there anything that you do?
Good question. If you, first of all, if you got all those risk factors, go and get sorted out. Don't walk around with the risk factors. Especially drive a car, worse still. Okay, if you have it in a position like in a car, you just pull up and call for help. Because aspirin, chewed aspirin, a 300 milligram chewed aspirin will reduce your risk of dying from a heart attack by about 12 to 15%. So some people who are really gassy will keep an aspirin with them all the time. But I don't. But yes, chewing an aspirin and calling for help. All this coughing and flicking your fingers, all that is nonsense.
Okay?
Sorry, no more question.
Yeah, yes.
What's the best time to take blood pressure?
To measure your blood pressure, I tell my patients to measure it at all times of the day. One day morning, 3 days later, night, another day, afternoon. But when you check your pressure, you must be seated with your feet planted on the floor. You must be leaning back on your chair. And you must close your eyes for 5 minutes. Then you put on the BP cuff, and then you do 3 readings, one after the other. The third reading is the most common.
Sorry. I used to use a pressure operated blood pressure measure. But sometimes the reading various.
Absolutely, they are very unreliable. But it is a recognized way of managing, monitoring blood pressure. Is Omrons and all this Roxmax, they're all okay. But that's why you need to do 3 readings, and the third reading, the whole system somehow is most near the truth.
The reading will be various.
Yeah. All you get is a ballpark figure.
Thank you, everyone. We would like to invite Pastor John Koch to give our small token of appreciation to our doctor.
Too expensive.
Yeah.